Yeah, ZRZ. That's a great option, Flame Razor. Step 1, Chanter of the Mysteries card. Step 2, no voice. Step 3, never talk to any NPCs. Caravan Master Odima. The Caravan Master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis. Everybody stay close.
stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward the looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
Voice actor silences Bell is super effective. Yeah. Sadly, I must now depart since I've decided to buy the game myself. Can't have them spoilers. Yeah, I know, Flame Racer. That's a issue always with some of these games. Some people want to play the game themselves and or haven't played the game themselves yet, so they want to see don't want to see stuff and get spoiled. Pretty sure it was critically too. Yeah, probably fallacious. At last, the Caravan Master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day.
No worries, I'm a dwarf. I don't drink water. It's only alcohol for me.
There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water.
Didn't you say drinking water was a bad idea? Are you trying to get me killed?
I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
He knows in your direction. Sparkle notes and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Where would I find those berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
Yeah, exactly, Higar. Don't drink any water, you'll be dead in a day. Make some tea, we'll get the water. Are you trying to really kill me? What are those ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear.
Knickknacks is a great word.
Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
Okay, so attributes and pretty much everything changes the options. What you have in discussions. Who did build the ruins?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up.
There is concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a Beowick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
Biavak. What are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days.
Nice, Palacios.
The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
I'll go see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
Palacios. He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at the length of a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's nights sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time.
He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her, you're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything.
Hey, Sangnif. A different kind of wind around here from time to time. Before he was talking about some major fart stuff. Would be awesome. Cast a fireball at it. It's an easterly wind, so we should head west and follow the Smirnov fart.
Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You
Welcome
heard
to
the man.
Pillars of
Let's
Eternity.
get going before you keel over.
If this is your first visit to the world of air, you may want to watch these windows to become familiar with the tools and interface available to you. Okay? Your party always consists of your character and up to 5 additional companions or adventurers. While the caravan is camped outside Clanfaten ruins, Odima has assigned Kalisha. Was it Kalishka? Kalisha? Something. To help you. Kalisha is a fighter, a class that excels at close quarter defense. Use her abilities to complement yours. To select a party member, click on the portrait circle and the portrait press number button. Okay, I know. To move, select a character.
Of course.
So you can move. When multiple
What is it?
are selected. Okay.
Well,
Most people you encounter in the world are neutral or friendly. You can interact with them by clicking on their selection circle. Many characters will simply greet you and go on their way, but others will have larger conversations to explore. The merchant Heodan has conversation that opens a store with equipment for sale. So who is the...
I'll take care of it.
How do you... Is there a way? Oh, there. Caravaner. Caravaner. Where is this Heodan guy? Drunk by inhaling. Is there a faster way to scroll this window other than mouse bordering? Let's check the graphics game. Scroll speed. Okay, much better. Slow mode active. Yes. Okay, that's better. Can you zoom in? Oh, yes, you can. Good. Kill and loot them all? Too bad, there are too many to handle at that point. I'm sure you're going to make some kind of epic
Anyone
build.
need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
Yay,
What is it?
sundries. You see a man wearing a simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
Sadness. He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Who are
I'm
you?
a trader, originally from the Adir Empire. but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
It is pretty much a Baldur's Gate Sangnif. I mean, it's basically upgraded version of that. Oh, here's the options. Passionate, cruel, and clever options. With an outlook like that, I'm sure you'll do well. If you think these caravans are pretty, watch out for those ex-wielders Odima mentioned. How incredibly naive. I'm surprised you've lasted this long. Let's go with the clever. You now have one rank in disposition reputation. These reputations represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputations will be favored by some people, and benign reputation often bring out the worst in certain people. No disposition is inherently good or bad in Pillars of Eternity, but if your main character is priest or paladin, you must be careful not to misalign their dispositions with what is favored by their deity and order, respectively. For the main character only, and their dispositions will modify the effects of holy readiness for priest and faithful. Faith and conviction for paladins. So yeah. So I can do whatever because I'm not paladin or priest. I can just be an asshole if I want to be an asshole, or being goody-goody. Well, that's nice for me. You might want to assign a key to highlight interactables, toggle highlighting interactables. The first thing I did in the game was to swap WASD as camera pan instead of arrows. The way they're thinking, Q&E for flashes.
Something else you need?
That sounds like a really good
Looks
idea.
like we're
Pixel.
settled for the night.
Let's do some changes in there immediately. Once I'm done talking with this guy. Tell me about the Eider Empire.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Ceres and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire, a fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
He gives you a lopsided grin and nods at the other scattered caravanners. Why would you move all the way out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Ceres? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
It's good that there is a voice acting on these discussions, especially for these like place names and stuff. Like, I have no idea how to pronounce some of these, so that's Raed Ceres. He shrugs. Deerwood is a former Eider colony, so it seems like a good place to start. And as much as I admire Raed Ceres' work ethic, they've always struck me as a little fanatical. Seems like you got the short end of the stick. I don't see it that way. Hayden begins to restacking the crates in his wagon. My brothers and I are all working together for the sake of the family enterprise. Let's see what you got. Crossbow. What do I actually have on my guys? I have a bow, and you have torch and a battle axe. Oh, you can change the colors here. Oh, that's very handy and easy. That is a very sad spam bot. Bomb, dead. Yeah, I've censored that myself, Sangnif, just to prevent those spams. But even if they spam the link, it's not gonna show up. Store allows you to trade and sell your items for copper pieces. Well, I know how that works. Merchants buy items from you at greatly reduced price if you... I know how the shops work. I guess we don't need anything.
Something else you need?
I'm going to check quickly what he has. Padded armor. Yeah.
As you wish.
Yeah, exactly, Pixel Dream. So let's change those controls like we were saying. So tab is already highlighting. That's good. That was how it was in the Baldur's Gate as well, I think. Half speed, double speed. Normal speed, no normal speed. So is it Q and E for slow fast mode? So let's go Q in there. Up. Take all. Unbind. Yeah, unbind. Up. At the cursor, no. Camera right, it's fine. Camera up, camera down. Okay, that is handy. And now we can actually do this in slow mode and double fast mode. Yep, that was good. Good tip, Pixel Dream, changing those like that. I think that this will be much better than using the arrow keys and whatever was the default. Shouldn't be stealing, right? These tall glass green pillars appear as if they have sprouted from the ground, from the earth. The flickering fire sets shadows dancing within them. Is there anything else?
Where there's a pick, there's a way.
Mechanics.
Where there's a pick, there's a way.
Dum 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 dum. Steal everything. Yeah, I did drop some frames in a moment ago, Sangnif. Like 1,000 frames. It's probably, yeah, must be a Twitch lag. Also, let me, I'll move my face up here so you see the dialogue box. Like 1 FPS. Yeah, it was some kind of Twitch lag there for a moment. Let me know if it happens more. I'll have to figure out. Durwood clothing, DR. Press D. I cannot press D. I reassigned the key. Horses. What is this? Orlan Cradle. The fallen tree doesn't budge. Sap oozes from the
Not looking
jagged
forward
wood.
to trying to lift that thing tomorrow.
Yeah, it's trunk. What was the Netquist? Oh, you mean the fast? Yeah, I moved them here. The fast mode and the slow mode, if you mean those. Exploration is key in Pillars of Eternity. As you make your way through the Eastern Reach, open the area map to see parts of the map you've already been to and what's left to explore. Yep. E is the slow and Q is the fast mode. So how do you resize this? You just pull this up? Magic. Always keep the fast mode on, to be honest. Yeah, I probably should when I'm running around. There. We'll make my face a bit smaller as well. There, in the corner. So it's just turning on auto pause. I think I did that. Auto pause. Yeah, I put almost everything here. On a pause. Combat auto slow. Nah. Especially on hard. Yep. Character death, damage, enemy spotted, yeah. I put almost everything in here. It also in the beginning it doesn't matter how we do things. What are you, Sparfel?
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Might be. Is there a way to see like the bigger map? M? Haha. I know key bindings. So this is the whole map of this area. Let's go up north first. This path winds through the narrow canyon
shouldn't
back the
stray
way
too
you
far.
came. Grooves in the road mark the passage of hundreds of caravans.
Let's check by the...
Oh, young wolf. You should always be in scout mode later when you're exploring. How do you do the scout mode, Netquist? With the auto pause on enemy spotted, you'll never accidentally go into combat. Yeah. Stream not going anywhere? That's up to Twitch, sir. Yeah, exactly, Raymond. So, how do you use the scout mode? Default key for scout is alt. Okay. And what is the scout? How does the scout mode differ from just running around the normal way? Is the panic icon on the bottom? Left alt, right alt. Okay.
Yes.
Is there like a quick key for these?
Yes.
As well? So you can choose these. Is there like a quick way to select the abilities? This is, by the way, knockdown. Oh, maybe not that. Cancel. No, it's a single player game, Fustenfuchs. You're basically hidden, getting close to enemies starts cooldown that will tick faster the closer and you're revealed. So it's, yeah, well, so it's basically stealth. Pillars of Athenic Combat uses a pausable real-time system. Because you will often manage more than one character at a time, it's a good idea to pause the game, issue orders and resume real-time to see the orders play out. The options menu will also contain how to pause, and so we got that. Hey Borgia, how's it going? Being in scout mode also enables stuff like backstab and detecting traps.
outcroppings.
Oh, there's more than one. All characters in the game, friends or foe, have 4 primary defense against the attacks: deflection, fortitude, reflex, and will. These defenses are based on the character's attributes, level, items, and other effects. Accuracy is compared to the appropriate defenses when an attack is made. If accuracy is below the target defense, the attack suffers a penalty to the roll, and it is also more likely to result in enemies. If accuracy is above targeted defense, the attack is more likely to result in crit. Spotting hidden lootables, if you have a high enough mechanics in the party. You can buy them via control key if the memory serves correct. That is nice, RHD. Okay, we'll test it out there, Net. All attacks that do damage have to overcome target's damage reduction, and enemy's DR reduces the incoming damage by the listed amount, down to a minimum percentage. If you are having difficulty hurting an enemy, try switching to a weapon or the attack that does a different damage type. Most enemies are strong against 1 or 2 damage types and weak against similar numbers. One of your characters is engaged in melee. When characters are engaged, they immediately stop moving. If they move again, they will provoke a disengagement attack from the enemies engaging them. Your characters will also automatically engage enemies within when they initiate attacks against them with melee weapons. That's a lot of text. Oh. When a party member takes damage, they will start to lose endurance and health. Their portrait will begin to fill with a red overlay, and the health bar to the left of their portrait will slowly start to decrease. When the portrait fills entirely red, the characters will be knocked out. Potions and spells can be used to restore endurance to keep the characters in the fight, but health can only be restored by resting. Interesting. So, endurance and health. Good,
What you need?
Knockdown ability. Can you
Yes.
knock that down? Try these. Ice strike. Sometimes a weapon or a spell simply isn't well suited to penetrating enemies' damage reduction. When the attack hits, the DR will wipe out all but small portions of the incoming damage. You'll hear your characters complain about it when it happens. Take heed, note that the damage type that is being blocked, and switch to a weapon or spell that does different damage. Health endurance is quite nice. Yeah, it sounds quite nice. The whole endurance health system is a little weird at first, but it's the coolest combat change from other CRPGs, mixed with fatigue and everything else. Endurance can be regenerated until health is depleted, dead or maimed depending on gameplay setting. Also regenerates out of combat. Green bar on the left of the portrait is held. Graphic overlay over the whole portrait entrance. Okay. Loot. Bullfights.
As you wish.
And there's my
This
berry
is it.
bush. As you receive quests, your journal will update with relevant information. If you ever get stuck, open it up to review your notes. Laborer. Odema says you are a working man. So there's the background affecting things. Hard work at that. I was a blacksmith. I'm a dwarf, of course. Yeah, how is it you happened to come here? My skills were wasted on that place. I should have gone with the chef option, to be honest. Hey, Pouty. You had some glorious roasted chicken. Nice. We are making after the stream, we are making some more of that Lumi Lumi salmon Saragret was telling me about on Wesa channel some time ago. It's like a Hawaiian dish that's like raw salmon, avocado, onions, lime juice, and tomatoes, all chopped into pieces and mixed together, and it's like and we'll have some freshly baked garlic bread with that. Kalisha breathes in her surroundings. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Redrick's offer makes girl think. I'll give him that. You here to settle like the rest of the lot? No, I'm just passing through. You get different responses for all backgrounds, basically. That is nice, Net. It is very, very nice, Pavi. It tastes kind of odd. It's not like a usual taste that Finnish food had. So I was like wondering, what the hell is this thing I'm putting into my mouth? But after eating couple bites of that stuff, the Lumi Lumi salmon, it was really, really damn good. Highly recommend testing it out. That's usually the case with the big city, just a little ways further up the same road. Where are you headed? Let's see. I'll probably wander for a while. I couldn't judge you for that. Been half of my life, just watch yourself. You get too far off the beaten path. These lands are wild in more ways than one. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Odima will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? Kalisha sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's how she always is. This time though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in Ixamital, but I would do anything for her. She's she's been much better woman than me, so I'm here, and we'll see. Odima I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Tell me about yourself. I got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Durwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in Rauatai, and another in Eder. My sister in Killet Vale. She's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about Durwood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be a part of the Eder Empire, broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now. But somehow it's getting worse. With an uneasy tremor in her voice, she adds, I'll have to ask my sister more about it. Alright, let's go back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfle's getting you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like, and when he feels like it. We should check up on him first, slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get your water.